Yeah. Okay.
What is up?
Taro, hello.
Hi.
I don't know why I'm surprised because every time I come on the voice chat, you eventually show up.
I am
It's
I
like
am
being
your inner
surprised that the
demon.
sun rises. What?
I am your inner demon.
Huh.
The reference is going over your head, isn't it?
No, no, I completely got the reference. I'm just thinking, where did I, where did I fuck up along? Like, where along the line did I fuck up?
I should keep these warm actually. Hold on. Uh watched the Juga versus Alteca a bit ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
Eh, I'll save that for when I actually see the Alteca transform.
He doesn't transform.
Not in episode one.
Eh.
In the preview he transforms though, so I'm waiting to see that.
All right, doing a little bit of preparation here.
You gotta have your prep time.
Wow, this mission has a lot of backtracking. Okay.
Wait, you're playing?
Yes, you're on stream right now.
Um, there. There it is.
I was waiting to change the screen until I had all the information I needed for the side quest.
Okay. Pretend I didn't say anything then.
Alright, so we need to go to the Lost Shrine, which is this way. No. Lost Shrine is this way. Ow. So I believe the Lost Shrine is this way. Wait, I just remembered, I don't think I can get to the Lost Shrine this way anymore.
Oh boy.
I have to... hold on. Let me just check to be sure. Yep. The entrance is blocked. I have to go the other way, which requires the boat, which I don't think I can use right now because the fucking... The guy in charge of the boat is currently missing.
Hey Bear, do you want to hear a joke?
My life?
No, seriously, want to hear a joke?
Sure.
Actually, I have a lot of unemployment jokes. Unfortunately, none at the work.
Man! I feel personally attacked.
I'm sorry.
That's a good one, though. That's a good joke. So if I want to complete this side quest in order to get a new weapon, I have to go do this other quest to figure out what happened to the boat.
Hey,
Latios! Hello.
Damn it! Their armor's too strong.
They seem to have developed some manner of bodily protection. It seems these creatures, too, follow the prescripts of evolution.
Then I'll just have to overpower them.
There we go. Still the wrong. Damn it. Oh. Hello, Latios. I love how the Dark Whirlwind is essentially just a horizontal leaf shield. I'm serious. Watch. Right? I got it going, and then I can just shoot it out. It's a horizontal leaf shield. Just me picking up natural rubber while I have giant dark scythes attacking my enemies.
Have you seen or heard of this anime called Dead Mount Death Play? Or Death Play Death... whatever it's called.
Probably not.
Basically, the actual boss of this fantasy world gets reincarnated. It's not the hero this time. And...
So the villain.
yeah, the villain gets reincarnated instead of the hero.
Burb's not here.
It's me!
It's Taro. He is very much not a Burb.
I am a Taro! Actually, should I... You know what? I am a dog.
See, I always thought you were like a bull because Taro.
Oh, great.
I was completely wrong. There's a bird outside. Okay. It's Rob.
I see why you think that, but I'm referring to my rider form, if you remember that thing.
Oh, right.
Where did that enormous
I still need to
shape
get
even
like
come
my
from?
ID core commissioned.
So do I, actually. So do I. I want that. Take in
God.
my
It's
desire
over.
driver and
What's
let's
wrong?
have fun with
Hey,
it.
I remember you.
Seeing as we've come all this way, I suppose.
I had a fight with my husband, and
Yes, yes.
Man,
It's
maybe I
all
can
that
wish
idiot's
that my
fault.
tooth infection will go away.
I was saving up a bunch of apples, and he.
Infection,
That's-
infection, whatever infection, I want it gone.
Well, sure, I may have lost my temper a little, but I can't believe he just up and.
All right, all right.
Right, see you in a moment.
Really?
Yay.
Hey, buddy. You know a place called the Lost...
Yeah, we
I
just...
know it. Listen, I'm
Also,
what's
hi,
called
Verb.
a botanist.
It's Tara!
That means I study plants. This is all probably what... Anyway, this lost shrine place supposedly contains a very rare tree. And what do you think?
I think this is another weapon quest. Hold on. No. No, it's not. Weird.
I'll do it.
Where did that enormous ship even come from?
Wait, ship? What ship? Yo! What the fuck?
I think that ship.
Huh.
Sup?
Guys,
Hey, Latios.
hello stream.
Sup, Latios?
Yeah, sorry about the confusion, Taro. Like I said, we've been seeing birds around here lately. There's been a few mallards that have stopped by a few days ago.
Get the parts from the junk heap
It's
for me?
fine.
I'm sure the lighthouse lady would be appreciative, wherever she is. Yeah. Oh, thank you. I think we'll need 10. While you're at it, 10 mysterious switches will be. We'll need 10 broken.
Alright, how much of this stuff do I actually have? The only things I don't have are the fucking lenses, of course. Guess I'll have to head back later.
So, yeah, if Taro missed it, I finally pre-ordered the Legacy Commander Class Armada Universe Optimus Prime fairly recently.
Woo!
Nice.
I could not be happier because, as I mentioned prior in like other chats, that is the Optimus I grew up with. So,
This Armada is essentially his G1.
admittedly, alongside G1 itself because of the movie.
Mm-hmm.
So having Armada Optimus
looking for the
next
guy
to
with the red
G1 Rodimus is
Yeah, the
that
guy took
basically
off and-
Party.
just
Their
fills my
arguments
head
are
with happy thoughts.
legendary. We're actually considering selling tickets as a tourist attraction.
Wait. Okay, the couple's arguments are legendary. We're actually considering selling tickets as a tourist attraction. What?
Oh my god.
I mean, yeah, get your revenue wherever you can, but really?
Anyway, I think he's from that village with the library. Maybe he went
I
back home?
seriously hope they're just
I think
joking.
his brother is a guard there or something.
Thanks for the tip. I'll see.
Next time Bear comes back to this place,
Say,
get your
You're
tickets for
pretty
this
handsome.
couple arguments.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know if this is because your town is that boring, or because their arguments are that freaking intense.
They argue that frequently. Like
seeing people like that puts a little
when
spring
I
in your step.
last time I was here 5 years ago,
Such buffoonery does
they
little
were
more
arguing
episodes
over
turn out.
something, and they went to get food to make up, and then apparently they kept arguing over fucking apples, I think.
This couple sounds toxic as hell.
They actually really love each other.
Sure hope.
Like, it may sound toxic, but like when
Like, I know couples argue, my parents have all the time, but like, to this extent?
when you get down to brass tacks, they do genuinely care for each other. Because, like, okay, the woman with the red bag, like, she yelled at her
I
husband.
actually want to hurt one of them just to make them stop arguing and acknowledge that they actually care.
Like, okay, so the woman here, she got mad at her husband for eating 10 apples. At once, apparently. And she yelled at him. But now he's been gone for a week, and she's genuinely upset. She's scared of what might happen to him.
How dare he not be here to yell at?
Well, I mean, usually he comes back after like a day or two, but like he's been gone for a week.
Fair.
Yes.
So when I woke up this morning, one of the least things one of the things I
Searched the
expected to
southern
see the
plains back
least
when the wife
was
ran off too, right?
someone
I believe we
modding
did, yes.
Lots
Persona
changed since
5 on
then.
PC so
It's
you
kind
can
of nice when
so
we
you
find
can
something that hasn't.
play
In fact, that couple
the
is still
female
arguing almost
protagonist.
fills me
What?
with hope, I guess.
Someone
If you
made a
ask
mod
me,
for
that
Persona
particular
5
couple could
so you
benefit
can
from a
be
little change.
the female protagonist.
What female protagonist?
The one that the modder made.
Okay.
Something appears to be
Because
amiss
I'm not
with
saying,
these
like, this
creatures.
isn't Persona 3. There is no
Yeah,
female
they're
protagonist.
shades. That is not what I meant. How to explain it?
You think about it while I kill him.
Other things I do order since my birthday is later this month include. Well, I mentioned this to Bear earlier, but I ordered a specific version of the high-grade Universal Century Victory Gundam kit.
Oh.
This is the Victory Dash Gundam Hexa.
Cool.
It is basically the standard HCUC Victory Gundam, but with an alternate head if you wanted to make it the Victory Hexa, the mass-produced version of the Victory Gundam. And it has the dash pack for just in case you don't have enough beam cannons on this thing.
Never
What I
enough
wanted to
female
do with this thing for the longest time is see if the heads are assembled similarly enough that I could combine the two and have both the rabbit ears and the V-fin. So it looks like I get to find out if that's going to be a thing. The other thing I ordered was the high-grade Universal Century Blue Destiny Unit 1. I have Units 2 and 3, so I figured I'd complete the Trinity.
And of course, my brain just starts thinking of Guyver immediately. Guyver Unit 1, Guyver Unit 2, Guyver Unit 3, Guyver Unit 2 female.
The hilarity here is that I started from Unit 3 and worked my way down instead of starting from Unit 1 and going up.
I would, like, if someone made, like, model kits of, like, the Guyvers, I would start at Unit 1 and just stop there. Because everyone else is a fucking asshole.
What
You-
about
Unit
On
2
the
is a
model,
Huh? I'm sorry, what?
You say something, Taro?
Oh no, go on.
On the note of model kits, apparently Bandai's making a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh! Ones now. You see confirmation
Sorry?
for Blue Eyes White Dragon and Exodia the Forbidden One.
Yo.
Mecha Guy Kotsu just reviewed the Blue Eyes White Dragon kit.
Oh, please, oh my god, don't, I hope my classmates don't care about that one.
I want that Exodia. Like, I don't even care about Yu-Gi-Oh! Anymore, but if there's a model kit of fucking Exodia, the Forbidden One, like, sign me the
There
fuck
is
up.
now. Like, there is now. You just have to go looking.
Latios, I don't know how good my luck is, but for some odd reason, when I was dueling someone in ranked earlier, they were winning. Then they surrendered.
This actually happened to me before at Master Duel.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. The funny thing is, they had Ishtar. They had an Ishtar deck. I mean,
So they were
Ishi's-
saying it's too like torturing the opponent. Okay.
Ishi's the Ishtar. I mean,
Ah, okay.
yeah,
So they're like
they were
preventing the opponent from playing the game.
they were winning, and yet and then they surrendered.
I once ended up in this duel where
Oh,
I was struggling super hard,
He's my little brother.
and my opponent legit gave me
Not a clue.
3 turns.
Like I
He
said,
passed
I
3
haven't seen
times.
him.
He gave me
Oh,
3
that's
turns to try to
Oh,
dig myself out of the
last
pit.
time I did
And
see
when
him,
I
he said
ended up
something about
misplaying
using
and
his
hurting
spirit
myself
to deliver
anyway, he finally
letters.
finished me off.
Maybe you should try talking to someone at the post office.
I mean, at least he gave you 3 chances.
Right.
That kind of stuff is like super rare amongst Yu-Gi-Oh players.
I actually had encountered the same thing.
I might not have the fortitude to do that.
Receiving a quest that can be solved in the
I actually encountered the same thing earlier as well. They gave me the chance to play Mirror Force and
I
Magical
cannot believe how
Cylinder.
many trips we have made simply to track down a single man.
Oh
It's
my
alright to do
God,
this
it
kind
was
of thing every
amazing.
now and then.
I also got rid of all
I
her
only
spell
pray
cards
this
with
is
my
not the calm before some manner of storm.
what was that thing called? Thing Hin? I was playing a Soul Burner deck, so
I keep running into Harpy's Feather Duster a lot.
Harpy's Feather Duster.
It wipes out the entire back row. Spells, traps, whatever. It
Oh.
works fast. It does its job. It's a really useful card.
Oh, I got that mixed up for a second. See, I got another version, a similar card to that, where it wipes out your own row of spell cards to increase your life points.
Alright, let's switch to Darklands. Damn!
Now, here's a funny one. I do still have people surrender on me from time to time, but this one was just weird.
Oh, what happened?
So, the opponent got to move first, summoned a monster, set down a face down, and did his turn. It's my turn, and I draw, and before I even get a chance to move, he surrenders. And I'm just sitting here like a confused, chibi, blue-eyed white dragon, like, what the hell just happened?
I'm right
Say
there with you.
lad,
Like,
have you ever
he just-
penned a missive?
before your turn was even over.
No, I'm not big
Before
on
I even
writing.
got a
It always
chance
takes
to
me forever
do
to
anything
figure
on
out
my
what I wanna
turn,
say.
I barely got past my draw phase.
Figure out. One simply takes quill in hand and unleashes their soul upon the canvas of the page.
Whatever you say.
Like, imagine, if you were doing this, you just draw your card, and when you're getting a chance to look at it, I quit. Wait, what? I quit. You win.
Imagine if your opponent drew all the cards for Exodia on their turn and then just surrendered.
I don't think you could actually do that.
Yeah, if you drew all the cards, it's an instant win. You don't even have to put them down.
Oh, I thought you had to put them
Like,
down.
it just it automatically happens. The instant all 5 cards enter your hand, it's an automatic victory. It's an
Yeah.
involuntary thing.
Yeah.
Okay, well then it would be even funnier if they surrendered.
Like,
like,
they
it's
were-
not- Because it's not even built into the game, so like, how the fuck did that happen? Did they force close the game or something?
Oh heck, I summoned all 5. Look, go to Task Manager.
It's like, oh no, I'm winning. Quit.
So I saw this one guy. He's part of a channel called Those Dudes with a Hat. He calls himself Reviewer, and his partner is called Mr. It. Fake cousin It from the Addams Family, wearing sunglasses and a top hat.
Oh, thank God.
So, in a review of someone else's Yu-Gi-Oh review, his whole shtick is that he reviews other people's reviews to offer suggestions for how to improve their craft.
Interesting.
And also offer his own opinions on the things that they're covering. For instance, his first 3 videos were reviews on Nostalgia Critic's Jurassic Park trilogy.
Oh, sorry. I'm
Oh
sure as
boy,
hell. I
here
just
we
swung
go.
by to pick up a letter and wound up running
That
the
was
damn
a
place.
long
Anyway,
while back, though.
You here for a package or something?
No. There's this couple who's always fighting, and the husband took off.
Sorry, pal. You're asking.
So,
still,
anyways,
that's
in
pretty
the
weird.
case of the Yu-Gi-Oh
My buddy's
review,
daughter took
he
off,
was
too.
reviewing
Maybe running away is the.
I find it exceedingly
Brendan's
unlikely
cult
this
movie
very-
review,
That
whose
is the. Actually, you know what?
video
I
on the
bet you want to
Yu-Gi-Oh
check
movie,
out
The
not
Pyramid of
often
Light.
Something like that comes around.
I remember that movie.
At the end of the video, his dark doppelganger, her anti-viewer, shows up, and they decide, okay, we'll settle our differences with a duel. If you win, I'll completely disappear, no questions asked. If I win, you go to the Shadow Realm. Reviewer's like, wait, Japanese dub or English? Anti-viewer says, English, of course. Oh, crap. Reluctantly, he agrees because it's better than getting pestered by this guy for the remainder of his life. So he starts off with a really good hand, managing to get off a pendulum summon and completely fill up
Shipwreck,
his
is it? I suppose
Monster
we
Zone.
might as well investigate, seeing as how we lack any other tenable leads.
Right. Let's head
and
for
then
the inlet.
anti-viewer just immediately summons Exodia the
Me?
Forbidden One.
What's going
Like
on?
the music
I haven't
stops and
seen
everything.
you two come into Seafront
And then
well,
suddenly the reviewer
Sorry for
is
the
trapped in the
surprise.
Shadow Realm and
Honey
he's
said
going,
she sent something
that cheating son of a...
Strange
And it cuts
Maybe.
off.
There's some kind of
What an incredibly specific piece of information.
So I'm suddenly reminded of
to
something
grace us
I
with.
discovered today. There is this podcast that covers moments from WWE history. And I don't just mean like the good moments. I mean everything. There's oh fuck, what was his name? Oh, damn it, I can't remember the guy's name now. Hold on.
While he's thinking, Taro, have you checked out my Digimon story at all yet?
Not, yeah, I've been pretty busy with, class and stuff like that.
All good. All good. Bear can tell you himself, when I'm asking this stuff, I'm not trying to rush people. I'm just curious because I like to hear their thoughts.
That's fine. I'll give it a read now.
Be warned, it's already huge and we're barely starting.
Kurt Angle, that was his name. Okay, so Kurt Angle was cut like at the time he had a rivalry with Booker T. Washington, another wrestler, and he was like Booker T's wife was there, and Kurt Angle like beat the shit out of Booker T, and then like started going after his wife. Like he just looked at her and she started running up the ramp, tripped and fell, and like he's walking up to her and like people are like, wait, is he gonna put her into an ankle hold or something? And then he just like grabs her ankle and is about ready to yank her fucking leg off. Before the referees can stop him, and during when he's cutting a promo, the interviewer asks why he did that to Booker T's wife, and he said that he is attracted to gutter skanks.
Do we even want to know what that is?
No.
I imagine I'm not sure what it means either, but it's like a skank, but also like a bottom feeder.
He's basically calling her the lowest possible social rung on the ladder he could think of.
More or less. And then Kurt Angle goes on, like he has like 1,000-yard stare into the camera, and then starts saying that he wants to fuck Booker T's wife.
Oh my God.
And then he says, I want to have bestiality sex with your wife.
Where did this come from?
And how soon can we kill it?
You.
And I'm just like, I don't think this man knows what that word means.
I don't want to know either, honestly.
You don't.
You really don't.
Therefore, I'm just going to summon the Ultra Scream and clean the slate and move on.
I did have one more thing that... I did have one more thing to add before that happened.
Man, you chose the wrong time to bring that up, honestly. Because I just sent the link to this stream to my girlfriend.
Why do you think I use the Ultra Scream to just try to change the subject? Like, no.
Okay, I got a better story that does not involve Kurt Angle. So, at one point in time, Hulk Hogan was quote-unquote fired from WWE. He managed to sneak back in as Mr. America, an American-themed luchador, but didn't bother to hide his voice or any of his mannerisms. And Vince McMahon, asshole that he is trying to prove that Mr. America is Hulk Hogan, and he has him hooked up to a lie detector test. And he straight up asks him, "Are you Hulk Hogan?" And he says no. And the machine does a dinging noise. Like it's a freaking like it's a freaking game show. And Vince McMahon gets so freaking pissed that he's like, "This thing even work? Let me try it on." And he gets into the lie detector thing, and then Mr. America just asks Vince McMahon, "Are you the scummiest businessman to ever walk the face of the earth?" And Vince McMahon says, "No, I am a reputable, honest businessman." And then the machine goes, "Eh."
off with the truth, and then you went into the lie. No, you're not the scummiest out there. That still belongs to the disgrace of all Cheeto pups.
Well,
But calling yourself reputable? No.
this was way before that happened. This was when Trump was still like in Hollywood and shit. Back when it was popular to hate him. Wait.
Ha.
I mean, it's still popular. You know what I mean. It was normal.
Funny enough,
And like,
Rugrats, of all Nicktoons, made fun of him in one of their early season episodes.
dude, I don't know how many times Trump has been in like, has cameoed in shit.
He didn't even show up himself. Oh, for a pair of bumbling crooks, like, think Home Alone, ended up breaking in, kidnapping Tommy, thinking he was Mr. Ronald Thump's son, and attempting to hold him for ransom. Only for the baby to cause so much chaos, they bring him back and apologize.
Okay, so apparently Donald Trump has a filmography section on Wikipedia.
No, thank you. Let's not.
Please,
I
no.
feel like we're already promoting him too much by just talking about him now.
It's... Well, first of all, there's like... very little. At least, like, in film. He was only in, like, 2 movies that I know.
Why is it that whenever I ask someone to stop and change the subject, they double down?
I'm sorry.
It's not just
I'll-
you, Bear. It's not just you.
I'll just quietly look at this list of, not Donald Trump.
So anyway, Latios, when I was in a duel with my classmate, I had him on the ropes. Like, I got him down to, like, what was it? Either 1050 or 850 life points left. And I could have ended it there. I could have won the duel. But I decided this classmate has been the bane of my existence.
Oh,
in
you
dueling
got greedy.
for so long. So I thought, let's have a little fun. I didn't
You
proceed
got
with a
greedy.
duel. Yep.
Why the fuck was he in Sex in the City? Anyway, I'm closing this.
Okay, no.
I'm closing this. This is like, I don't like, what the fuck?
Despite the name, it honestly
We're gonna need to
has
figure out
little to
some way
do
get
with the
inside that
former.
thing.
It's
That
more,
was
it's
just
more of like
a
a,
sitcom thing.
yeah, it's a sitcom thing.
Surely we can find a hole or some such if we put our minds to it.
Like, despite the name, it is definitely not what you think.
These planks seem
Can probably get it.
I'm worried about.
Which is why I was like, why the fuck is he on that show?
Probably cameoed for an episode or something.
Yeah, probably.
Anyways,
Moving on from the
Ship is in
Cheeto.
poor condition indeed.
again, I feel insulted that you call him a Cheeto because Cheetos are actually a fun and delicious
Sure you're
snack.
alright, Kane?
You
I mean, you
Hey, I've
just
gotten-
called him a
Sure,
Cheeto,
sounds good.
Cheeto yourself
The
a
meal
few
is-
minutes ago.
I called them a disgrace to all Cheetos.
This place is pretty gloomy. I'm having a hard time imagining any townsfolk hanging around here.
Well, as we've
I just
want
wanna
to
take a
let the search
neuralizer
begin.
and flash it in front of my eyes right now after this
Look
after
there,
this
on the-
part
There's still some oil in
of
it.
the stream.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Moving on.
Hey, creepy little ghost girl.
Oh great, it's
Oh,
gonna
hey,
be
horror.
Indeed.
Let's follow that
Perhaps she
instead.
is-
oh great, it's gonna be a dare here scenario again.
There's no one here.
I don't get the reference, but I'm laughing anyway.
Latios, remember a few streams ago?
Remember when I was playing multiple PS1 horror games?
Oh. Oh, that.
Yeah.
The one where we kept going between the art room and the art office?
Yeah, that one. Okay, I get it now.
Dude, I watched a video on that, but remember I stopped playing because there was a note about the god of Riley?
Yeah, you were like, no thanks, no Cthulhu.
Yeah, wait, if I had kept playing, I would have followed the fat boy to a room, and there would be a fucking Hound of Tildanos in a room eating the boy.
Nope.
What is with this ship anyway?
Like, it is straight up a Cthulhu horror story.
How it ran aground.
I was not expecting that.
I should stop laughing when my
Perhaps we
tooth
ought to make
starts to
use of
hurt
that
again.
lantern we just found.
In the group chat, we have both the one with Red and the one with Sammy.
I wager
I
perhaps
showed
it-
off some pictures of my custom O Gundam still in the works. I started making a custom weapon for it.
Sounds like it came from the floor.
Oh boy.
Made from the high-grade Exia R2 Who's GN Sword Kai.
This barrel's been knocked over.
Surely it was toppled by the girl
I just
we saw at the
modified
end.
it
Wait,
so it would
Cut.
fit properly on O Gundam's arm.
the missing child left white tracks in her passing. Should
All right, we got some tracks, so we know where to go and where not to go. So I'm
Man,
just
this
gonna
boat's got
explore.
some serious heft to it.
it would
Wait,
seem
why
to
would a
be this
ghost
ship's
leave
logbook.
footprints?
Let us avail ourselves of a gander.
I don't know. Why would a
flying is exhausting, don't you? Like, flying is honestly very exhausting, so I can see why they choose to walk.
Why would a Hound of Tildanos be in a fucking Japanese high school?
We've no time to stand about.
I mean, when you gotta ranger up, you gotta ranger up.
What? What does that have to do with...
There's a breeze coming through these.
That white vase.
So, I've described these Digimon characters before, but I feel the need
There's
to
a
go over it
notebook on this
again.
desk.
A record of the cargo they carried.
Our
no
four
doubt.
main Digimon in the
Pages.
story I keep
The ship was
referencing
used
are
by slavers.
Bear's
How
Bearmon,
simply
described
atrocious.
as the irresponsible, excitable big brother.
Wait, you're telling me they sold people?
Sammy's Black
And made out
Gatomon,
quite
which is basically the
handsomely from
team's stats
transactions, it
machine.
would seem.
Oh, good God.
How could they
Michael's
do something like
Terriermon.
that?
Michael is based on another friend I know IRL. Terriermon is basically what you'd expect a Terriermon to be.
Weaponizing cute since 1990 whatever.
And lastly, we have my Megumon, described by another person following the story as a fluffy ball of anxiety.
Oh, so me without the fluffy ball bit.
You'll see when you get there.
I'm gonna have a lot of apologizing to do when my girlfriend gets back.
Is it because of the... Is it because of the link to the stream that you sent her when I was talking about Kurt Angle?
I do not know.
See,
nor do
I
care
sent
to
that
ponder it.
before you started talking about that. I did not realize you were going to start talking about that.
I'm
To
sorry.
everyone else currently
What do
watching,
they
I am
wish?
so sorry for the
Those
weird
unknown
turns this
shut.
conversation has taken so far.
The exit looks walled off, and I think there's something.
Whoever else is listening right now, Epsilon, if you're there,
The no
just
doubt
grab a
we can find
neuralizer.
the-
That's
We may be able to... We cannot pass through here.
You're gonna
unless
need
we-
it.
Or watch my numbing amounts of TV to kill those brain cells. Either works.
You say that like they're already not killed.
These
There's always
shell-
that one that survives the massacre.
There's always the Sasuke.
It appears to be
Holy shit! Damn!
It's always the Sasuke.
There don't seem to be any shades around, at least.
Substitute.
Fortunate for us, this ship holds many...
Anywho,
So anyway, this ship was owned by slavers.
Great! Burn it.
Well, they're all dead anyway, so it's
The
fine.
white track.
Wait,
That's even more reason to burn it. Have you never seen that one Scooby-Doo movie?
Zombie Island?
Yeah. The movie that featured
Yeah.
whatever that sound
the
was.
movie that featured
stopped.
zombie
This
pirates.
is a voice.
Yeah, but in the
pirate.
end, like, the zombie
A
pirates were
contraption
just
by
like,
which one's voice can
release
travel
us
to a
from this
faraway
curse, we
location.
fucked up.
Like, that was probably the best twist I could have possibly hoped for from that movie. The zombies weren't actually the bad guys. They were victims of an even greater evil.
Granted, the pirate zombies had it coming.
The pirate zombies did have it coming. But, like, if you look at some of the other zombies there, yeah, you've got the pirates, but you've also got Confederate soldiers. You've got miscellaneous civilians who tried colonizing this island over the years.
You've got
You've
tourists.
got tourists.
There's like a lot, like, there's a lot of innocent people.
They
Yep.
are the only Scooby-Doo villains I know of with a body count in at the very lowest, the hundreds.
The zombies or the cat people?
The cat people.
Okay. Imagine someone who has never seen Zombie Island listening to our conversation and they're just like, wait, cat people?
That
I
most
don't
likely-
want to spoil any more of this movie because for a Scooby-Doo movie, it's probably the best we've ever gotten.
It is the
And
first
it's definitely
animated
the best
Scooby-Doo
we're going
movie I
to
think
get.
they ever made. Like not
about-
counting the ones that had like special guest stars.
What about Cyber Chase?
Cyber Chase was pretty good.
It was good, but I still think Zombie Island was better.
You know what? Fair.
Like, okay, the ones I like. Actually, there's a few others that I like that are like from the What's
Like-
New Scooby-Doo era, but the ones I liked the most were Zombie Island, Witch's Curse,
Which is Ghost.
or Witch's Ghost, thank you. The one with the aliens,
Alien Invaders.
and then Cyber Chase.
Funny enough, they're all the same movie series produced by the same animation studio, Studio Mook.
Nice.
Yes, the one movie that Shaggy could have gotten an actual girlfriend, and it turned out to be E.T.
Yeah.
Well, actually, looking at Shaggy's love life throughout the franchise, it's kind of not great.
Bonkers how many people he's actually dated.
Like, he had a thing for the alien girl, yeah. There was also there was Mary Jane in the live action movie.
Who was named exclusively so they could make a weed joke.
Trying to think.
Because, of course, the film with the confused, we're mature sense of humor that is not nearly as mature as it thinks it is, made the ha 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 Shaggy's a stoner joke that everybody makes.
Well, I mean,
Wait.
I was about to say everyone makes that joke. I've made that joke.
Which movie was that?
The
The first live action Scooby Doo.
the one where Scrappy was the villain.
Oh, that. I'm gonna be honest.
Speaking of which,
Which means the girl is...
speaking
Hold a
of
moment.
which,
I spy a chart of
the original choice for the
Yes.
human villain
Onward and,
who ended up being Scrappy's robot suit actually declined acting in the movie because Scrappy would be present in any capacity.
This little lantern has brought us quite far, hasn't it?
Yeah. And the light it gives off...
I
makes
mean-
you feel...
That just shows you how many people just fucking hate Scrappy.
Seems this
Okay.
And
Scrappy.
it's like, it's only partly deserved. I will stand by this.
kitchen is
The Scrappy hate is only partly deserved. It falls more on the writers than on Scrappy himself. Like the writers and producers, they're the ones who decided, you know, it's cheaper to just cut Fred and Velma out of the series entirely instead of having to go through the tedious process of getting lines from their actors and bringing them in. It was costing time and money, and at the time that they were making these, they had not much of either.
Another apple.
It was
Okay.
actually cheaper to just give their personality quirks to Scrappy.
Okay.
Vice?
Scrappy in the cartoons.
But like when
Speak
he
to me,
first
lad.
appeared,
Are you hurt?
when there were like 6 of them, including Scrappy, he wasn't that bad.
You were saying, Taro?
Scrappy in the cartoons wasn't like they were actually pretty decent, but that movie though, God.
They
Let me put it to you this way.
the movie, in my opinion, did a really good job of making you hate a character within a very short time frame. So that when it was revealed he was the villain, you weren't like, what? You were like, kill the little bastard!
The one character they have yet to bring into the live-action Scooby-Doo universe is
see a
Flim
thing
Flam,
down
and I
here.
can't wait to see that.
suspect we may have fallen into the ship's hold.
Flim Flam?
So, okay, Flim Flam was one of the characters in the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I'm sure you're aware of this, Bear. He was essentially the other half of Scrappy's character and the annoying sidekick.
He was the short round.
A lantern
More
got
or
away
less.
from me during the fall.
Now, what I was saying, like, I will actually defend Scrappy in concept could have worked, and originally did. The first
that-
couple of seasons, like the first season, he was
Right,
actually
that's it.
there.
We found the...
About time. Might I suggest
They still
you
had the entire rest of the gang. Everybody was written more or less the way they should be. Scrappy was finding his footing. He wasn't that bad. He
Oh,
came
dear.
off as
Whoa!
he came off as a younger dog who idolized his uncle and didn't quite realize said uncle was a coward.
They are all people from
All of
time,
them, nope.
I don't like this.
and I fear the
Oh, no.
We found the missing
This
ferryman.
can't be real. Why? Why did
If those things get up,
Did everybody
I'm leaving the stream.
Pull yourself together. Remember
Just
the presence
let's
Kaine sensed.
Continue
I
with
won't let
the
them-
conversation here.
Holy shit.
That's enough. lad.
Like, first off, Scrappy seemed to finally somewhat reach the balance he was intended to have when we
Hey
got
there,
to
you-
his final appearance
know
in
you
the
guys-
Boo
Did
Brothers.
we ever? Found a nice hole in the wall to slide, but then we heard a bunch of noise
I say
coming
final
from
appearance
that
because
super
I do
dark
not
floor
qualify
downstairs.
the
Yeah,
live-action
sorry about
movies
A little.
in any capacity.
Jeez, you
Tell me, Kaine. That
It's on the floor above us.
I feared as much. It seemed
Like, Cartoon Network was self-aware to have Scrappy even asking, why is it everybody hates me in some capacity? Because, like,
There's a bunch of crumpled up paper.
They all seem
There were
to
actually a
have
couple of bumpers where he complains he's been here longer than any of the actual original
They
cartoon
seem to be
cartoons.
letters, but
He's
the
been at
penmanship-
Cartoon Network for one of the longest of anybody working there, and he gets no respect whatsoever.
No respect. No respect at all.
Johnny Bravo even confuses Scrappy for Scooby.
Eh,
But then again, Johnny was always an idiot, so...
This would be
He's
the
an idiot,
final
but he's an
rule,
idiot with a
yes.
heart of gold.
so shiny. In fact, he likes to. It shows. I lost where I was going with that. 1 second.
The culprit
So
who
shiny.
murdered the-
The article is so shiny that he often looks at himself in it.
Man, I'm pretty. Right? Anyways.
So I do remember there was a in
It's that
Mystery
girl we saw when
Incorporated
we
there was
first
actually a
entered the
reference to.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll
Okay,
get there.
Okay.
In
Old lad.
Scooby-Doo and the Boo
This is a
Brothers, the
lone
last
child
kind of
sitting
genuine
inside a
appearance
hulking
Scrappy
ship
made.
riddled with corpses.
I
He
had
seemed
that
to
movie
find-
on DVD or VHS. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Scrappy seemed to finally reach the balance he was looking for. He actually had something unique of his own to bring to the gang, and was,
Could this
while he
girl
was
be the
still doing
presence
the
you
majority
sensed?
of the mystery solving, it was because he was using his own skills to do it, instead of just being a carbon copy of Fred and Velma
hey,
rolled
it's
into
you.
one.
Been a while. Wait, you're the postman. What?
Oh,
He
I've
had a
been
more
coming- I think
instinctive
this girl
intelligence.
on
He was
the
more
ship when it
street
drifted.
smart.
I've been keeping an eye on her until she's well enough to. Hey, so
If
this is-
that even
the girl
applies.
is, you know, I brought a bunch of bandages.
It's like
with
they
me,
remembered,
but, well,
even more so
how
than with
exactly
Scooby, that
does
Scrappy
one
is supposed to
deal
be a
with
dog.
woman's time of the month. Sorry.
Not
Clearly
touching
crossed
that.
the line there. Forget I said
Yeah,
anything.
I'm just. Yeah, let's just move on.
Stay
So,
the hell away from her. She
also,
isn't-
for the majority of the film's opening, Scrappy was asleep, and that was probably the longest he was actually able to achieve the intended purpose of being cute.
So yeah, the girl was a shade the entire time. That's why there were dead
So-
bodies in the.
When I mentioned the Cartoon Network
We'll
bumpers,
figure something out.
this
just
was
find a
the
way to get-
first
We'll
of
be
many,
fine.
many jokes at Scrappy's expense to come.
The ship is collapsing. We must leave at once.
There was also aforementioned first live-action
Very much
Scooby-Doo movie, which turned him into the villain.
They're in the way.
Yep.
One who effectively committed genocide in order for her to attain immortality.
Yeah.
Now, nobody actually died because their souls get returned to their bodies, but like, if you think about it, he effectively killed all these people by separating their souls from their bodies and left demons to possess the meat puppets.
Who the fuck introduced Scrappy
So,
to frickin' devil magic?
Okay,
it turns
Glad you
out,
two
the
made it
first
out in one
live-action
piece.
movie took several cues from Zombie Island and just did it worse.
Yeah, we're
no,
good.
I have a joke for this.
You better go
I
help now.
actually have a joke
No
for that
shade
one.
would
Actually.
dare pursue us into
Okay,
sunlight.
Ash.
We should use
Next time you leave the Necronomicon out in front of a talking dog, I don't suggest you go get drunk. Literally 5 seconds later.
Don't leave to get beer.
was already dead, like dead. Their souls are just now released from the magic so they can move on.
What the hell is that?
It's Zombie Island, yes, not in a live action movie. Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about Zombie Island.
Oh, hi Kraken.
Yeah, Kraken's here. Yeah. Quick amendment, not genocide, mass murder. Still lots of people dying, but
Why
wrong
isn't
term.
this shade being hurt by the sun?
That is not precisely the case. It most certainly is being burned by the sunlight. However, its regenerative abilities far outpace whatever damage the light is able to inflict.
So, yeah. Kraken basically walked in to give me a correction and then move on.
Get out of the way at once.
I can't believe that little girl was actually
So, yeah, with that in mind.
This monstrosity is unlike anything we've faced before.
They knew
Remain
people hated
vigilant.
Scrappy, so they wanted to play into that.
Making this source material is so well, I mean, to be fair, it's something they never did.
Yet another correction aside. After that, Robot Chicken basically took a crack at it.
I can only tell this went well.
They had Scooby-Doo characters in a parody of some movie trailer, and at the very end, Scrappy shows up being his stereotypically annoying self, and then gets kicked by another character off the platform and into the water below. He literally got kicked off a bridge.
Damn.
Still not as jarring as seeing Scooby holding a shotgun.
Oh.
After that,
With faces on them.
like, it's more or less been a running gag. Yeah, Scrappy never existed, but at the same time, we're gonna make fun of the fact that he did exist, despite the fact that we're clearly trying to claim he didn't exist and never did.
It's like a cover-up. It's like he existed.
They can't decide if they want. They can't decide if they want to forget Scrappy or keep making fun of him.
I think it's a bit of both, because it's like with the Mystery Incorporated
They're
thing.
legit confused. Like, I was getting there. Like, Mystery Incorporated had a joke where in the Crystal Cove Museum there was a statue of Scrappy, and when Fred and Daphne found it, Daphne nearly dropped the name, only for Fred to say, "We never speak of him."
That makes me think like either Scrappy did something or something happened to him.
Knowing his personality, he probably attempted to stop a monster and got nearly hurt, if not worse, because of it.
Either that or the live action is canon in the Incorporated.
It's not.
It's not.
Thank God. Like
Mystery Incorporated is its own universe.
Like I like that. I like the live action movie.
Like,
I like the first
there is
one, but like
there is a quote-unquote main continuity going on with Scooby-Doo, and neither the live-action movies nor Mystery Incorporated are a part of it.
although Mystery Incorporated like kind of shares history with the main.
It's a case of parallel timeline as opposed to straight-up continuous timeline.
Yeah, because like the Creeper is brought up and mentioned.
Crystal Cove in the first episode shows a bunch of monsters from actual cases and episodes of previous Scooby shows.
So it's like those cases did happen in the Mystery Incorporated universe. It's just it's not the same. It's not the same as
Until
like
the finale of the show, which beware of spoilers ahead. If you don't want to be spoiled, mute the stream. Bear will give you a thumbs up when I get the all clear.
Yep.
The Scooby Gang ends up encountering an Elder God. The recurring mystery that's been going through the background of the show was leading up to Professor Pericles, the main villain, summoning an Elder God in an attempt to effectively take over the world. Being possessed by the Elder God and the Elder God killing everyone in Crystal Cove. When Scooby and the gang actually do manage to stop the thing, it effectively resets the timeline, and they realize they've been transported into an alternate timeline altogether, where the events of the series never happened, and in fact, they never went mystery solving together. They were still friends, but they never actually started mystery solving. They all went to college. So effectively, they have to start the mystery solving all over again. And also, evidently, Scooby is an alien. Yeah. Throughout history, there's been incarnations of a mystery-solving gang going by different names that will always be accompanied by a talking animal. Which, in fact, was an alien possessing the body of an animal in order to keep the Elder God from being summoned.
Oh good god, it was a skinwalker.
Scooby is just the most recent incarnation of those aliens. And was unaware of his nature as an alien because, well, he was born this way. Yeah, we're clear. Spoilers are over. You can give a thumbs up and people can unmute.
You to anyone that did mute, you missed some crazy ass shit. If my face was anything to go by.
Yeah. It's also more or less irrelevant to Scrappy at the moment, so off topic.
Legit, I forgot we were even talking about Scrappy.
He's that forgettable.
Well, the topic was also not about him like that tangent.
That is true.
So, next time they popped up and made fun of him, well, Curse of the 13th Ghost, as far as I know. That movie was part of its own, like, series with its own overarching story, evidently. But I'll get to that part when it becomes relevant. As far as Curse of the 13th Ghost is concerned, it basically is entirely focused on debunking the events of the 13th Ghosts of Scooby-Doo, as it was all just one big series of hallucinations.
They didn't.
They did the same thing for Return to Zombie Island.
Yeah, they did. Like, they claimed Scrappy was just a hallucination. There never was a Scrappy-Doo.
What?
And that Flim Flam, Shaggy, Daphne, Scooby, and Vincent Van Ghoul were suffering hallucinations for being up high in the mountains at the time. Like, they were more or less exploring mountain ranges. And that became a thing. But the Chest of Demons was still a thing.
Oh, hell.
You actually see them hold it. And Velma, in a desperate attempt to prove she was right this entire time, attempts to open a hit to show there's no such thing as ghosts or demons, because when faced with actual evidence of the supernatural, her brain broke down, and she basically spent the entire movie being, I dare say, out of character, considering how pragmatic she used to be.
To think it could recover from such a grievous wound.
Ordinary attacks aren't gonna do shit against this thing.
To bring Zombie Island back up again, Velma was quicker to accept the appearance of the supernatural than Fred was. Despite being the most logical thinker of the group, she accepted the zombies and the ghosts and the everything else.
And the cat people.
this thing turning its body into spears and shooting them at us?
Here, in Curse of the 13th Ghost, she is so perplexed by the existence of the supernatural that she has multiple mental breakdowns over the course of the movie.
So what exactly happened when she opened the chest?
She didn't.
That thing ain't normal.
Because
So stay smart
Fred
unless
and
you wanna
everybody
get
else
dead.
actually talked her down and said, look, we get the point you're trying to make,
This thing
but
will destroy the
what
town
if you're
we don't
wrong?
stop it.
Oh yeah, like the 5% chance that you might be wrong.
Velma just rolls her eyes and lets the chest stay closed.
On one hand, that was a good idea. On the other hand, I wanted to see her be wrong.
Us flying our way is
Believe me,
increasing.
you want to see
Yeah,
her be
you've
wrong
seen it.
over every movie in this little mini-series.
My word.
Yeah, apparently
This
like
continues.
this mini series they revisited a bunch of like older stuff that they did and effectively ruined it.
So, Return to
This guy's
Zombie Island,
important to you,
or as I
isn't
call
he?
it, middle finger to Zombie Island fans. So, to start things off, I want to make this perfectly clear. In spite of every claim the movie itself tries to make, it is not a sequel to Zombie Island proper. It is a sequel to Curse of the 13th Ghost in a universe where events very similar to the events of Zombie Island took place, but the circumstances were entirely different.
And no matter what anyone tells you,
It's not canon.
it is not canon.
Son of a... Is this thing immortal?
Because there'll be some asshole that's like,
an
oh, but it's canon though, because it's a sequel, and it's like, no. If you actually want to believe that this
I mean,
is a
it's
sequel,
canon to Curse of the 13th Ghost,
Stop it.
and they try to tie it into Zombie Island, but there's too many errors for it to properly do so. For instance, in Zombie Island proper, we see Shaggy and Scooby working a job as airport security. Velma owns, I repeat, owns her own bookstore. She even refers to it as such. I own my own mystery bookstore at the end of the movie. And Daphne is working on the second season of her apparently popular television show.
I think we're in trouble.
My body won't. Damn it! Fuck!
With that in mind, the Return to Zombie Island claims that despite them very clearly being adults with their own businesses and the like, Daphne did not actually have her own show. She was a teenage intern working on that show between high school years.
bullshit.
Doesn't even bother her explaining Velma's circumstances at all.
You're gonna get
Or
yourself
Shaggy
killed.
and Scooby. Or Fred. So Fred, you could argue, was taken care of with the Daphne excuse because he was her cameraman. They're basically saying, yeah, these are still teenagers. And now everything they do is between high school.
It stopped. Focus on the source of its magic. Aim for the head.
That is already one of the more annoying but more consistently pointed out errors.
We can never be together.
Now,
You disgust
here's another.
me.
Evidently, there was a more cat person that survived the events of Zombie Island because he's still roaming around Moonscar Island.
What the fuck?
There was 4?
This one never gets a human form, or a name, or any speaking lines, and only appears in the shadows as a teaser of maybe Velma's wrong and there actually is supernatural stuff, because Scooby recently has gotten this weird fascination with making it either, like, making it seem like there's no such thing as a supernatural, only to tease it existing, so gray area?
I mean, they did cross over with Supernatural at one point.
That was more supernatural than Scooby-Doo in that case, because they had entered the events of an episode that existed in their world and started meddling around with it. The episode they entered actually exists in the original Scooby-Doo series. It's less so them crossing over with Scooby-Doo proper as it is them entering an episode of a show within a show. I digress. So, not only is there now an unexplained fourth cat person, Velma attempts to explain the events of the movie because, in her words, she found the mystery of Moonscar Island unsatisfying because she could not solve it. The explanation she came up with was that the cat people were actually people in costumes looking for Moonscar's treasure, despite the fact that in Zombie Island itself, Simone Lenoir actually mocks the idea of wanting the treasure and basically curses Moonscar's name right to their faces.
And don't forget that little transformation bit.
Yeah. When Daphne asks, and what about all the zombies? Velma answers with this most unamused look, swamp gas.
Fuck this movie.
They actually do find Moonscar's treasure in the movie, by the way. And the director of the low-budget hit movie that was on the island in the first place, he just walks away with all of it.
It sounds like someone just animated someone's fan fiction about Velma always being right.
But was she? Because that fourth cat person is never caught, explained, or even seen by the crew. Legit, the Scooby Gang never even sees this guy. And the overarching story between these two? A former villain they put in prison came back, impersonated the sheriff, and attempted to force them into quitting mystery solving so he could go back to being a criminal without them being able to catch him again.
What the fuck? This sounds like someone's fan fiction.
I've seen fan fiction that's better.
Of course, there's always going to be better fan fiction.
Like, the fact that this stuff effectively is fan fiction with an animation budget.
Like, I'm looking at the Wikipedia article, and this is just like, what the actual fuck?
As you've probably heard from the tone of my voice, the more I've talked about this, I am not a fan of this movie.
We can tell.
I'm not sure anyone is.
I haven't even heard of it and I still want to choke its lights out.
Well, there's plenty of reviews if you want to get an idea of the movie without actually having to watch it. That's what I did. And I eventually did see parts of the movie, and I'm like, shit, they weren't exaggerating. They weren't lying.
Like,
Thanks. You really
how do
saved
you
our bacon.
fuck up a beloved and cherished movie among Scooby-Doo fans? Oh, just shit all over it.
Same way
You've all
who
done
do
so
with
much for me.
13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo,
Offering a
evidently.
little I don't have the word. We all knew, but I never imagined.
The fault lies with that foul creature alone.
I still
All
find
right,
it funny
well,
that
there's someone else.
Fair
13
enough.
Ghosts Daphne doesn't know who Fred is.
Hey, did you
What?
find my husband?
Yeah.
Wait, why are you
13
hesitating?
Ghosts Daphne has no clue who
Is he
Fred
alright?
is.
Please tell me
I
he's
think I
alright.
remember telling you this one.
You might have.
That
and I
was
pro-
retconned to have happened before her
Say something already.
Shaggy and Daphne met Fred and Velma.
But yeah, comics,
Your
all
husband
a line
tracked him
of
down.
Daphne's were going,
It was already too late.
oh no, Fred.
Big idiot.
Hello, Fred.
Oh, thinking
Who's
about
Fred?
me. Oh, God.
It saddens this old tone to think we'll never hear those two at each other's throats again.
If only I'd
Okay.
gotten to him sooner.
Do not let it burden you so.
Alright. Hey, has anyone here seen Velma Meets Velma?
No, but I feel like you're gonna explain it.
Never heard of it.
Alright, I will
I have a feeling of what it's going to be, though.
I will spare you from watching it and just explain what happens. All right. So the hit show Velma. So-
Otherwise known as Mindy Kaling's fan fiction with a Scooby-Doo skin.
Yeah. So the video is about that group from that show looking for Fred's tiny white dog. Although you don't really know that at first because the show's trying to be and Norville says, "Guys, look what I found out. Look what I found." And it just shows a version of Scooby, and he's like, "I found him right outside." And Velma
Oh, I think I know what you're talking about now.
and Velma goes, "Norville, that dog is big and brown. The opposite of Fred's tiny white dog." And she starts having like these weird ass flashbacks. And she starts seeing the crew as like as their 1970s versions. And she's kind of freaking out. And like Fred and Shaggy are like, "Are you okay, Velma?" And she just goes, "I need some air." And then she runs out. And like she keeps having these visions. And like eventually like she trips and falls, and when she turns, she sees 70s Fred's corpse. And she freaks out, yells, and gets up, and like now nothing's there, and it's like, what the fuck is happening? And then you see a shape in the background, and it looks like Scooby. And then it stands up. And it says, "I love you. You know that, don't you? I love all of you. But I can't figure out why you keep remembering. Evidently, Scooby-Doo is some sort of eldritch beast that just wanted to have simple, clean fun with humans, solving mysteries. And then Velma asked the question, why can Scooby talk? And then Scooby killed the Mystery Incorporated gang from the original cartoon, and then like took what was left and rebuilt them and the world. And that's why we have different Scooby-Doo shows. But every time, Velma keeps remembering, so he has to reset the world again and again, hoping that the next one will be better, claiming that the world of Velma is his most flawed creation yet. And of course Velma says, flawed? But we're meta now! Scooby's response was, ugh. Never the matter. I'll get it right next time. And then Velma freaks out and tries to run away, but she's running in place. And Scooby says, please don't run. Like, it shows Scooby like way behind Velma. It's like, please don't run. And she stops. And it cuts back. And he's like right behind her. And goes, I don't like to chase. And Velma turns around, screams, and then Scooby like rips her head off.
Sadly, this sounds like it has more quality than the actual show it's parodying.
Everyone has been saying that! That's the takeaway! Not that Scooby is an eldritch abomination that's been torturing the Mystery Incorporated gang for God knows how long just because he wants to solve mysteries with them. But the fact that thing was written better than the entirety of the show Velma.
I mean, you heard my explanation of Mystery Incorporated universe, Scooby, so I honestly am not phased.
Fair enough.
I once was shown this video. Basically, it's the Velma Scooby gang.
Oh, no need to
like,
be so.
and they're all sort of in therapy.
I need you to retrieve
Oh yeah,
three
I saw
crates
that.
of particular import from a
And
ship that was this
they all have
cargo
their
has
chance to
likely
talk
washed ashore on
about
all the
Velma.
far-flung.
Turns out,
No.
I was.
turns out after a vacation, I can't remember where. It's been that long. After a vacation, Velma was possessed by a skinwalker and ate Scooby.
Oh. Fuck.
That would explain why she's so goddamn unlikable now.
Now see, that's just not fair to skinwalkers.
Like, she got possessed, ate Scooby, and when they were in therapy,
Hey, Kane.
Yeah.
the
Were you
therapist
threatening that
asked,
shade on the beach the other
no,
day?
the therapist said,
How did you know
your
it was trying
friends
to
have
protect
mentioned
the postman?
you're allergic
Just a
to
feeling,
dogs.
I guess.
All right.
And she says something along the lines of, oh yes, I am very much. And then at the end, she says, as the therapist is about to look in her notebook, she says, oh, I must be allergic to something. And looks, when the therapist looks down, the only thing that's written in the notebook over and over again is, it's not me, it's not me, it's not me.
Holy shit.
Then it just cuts to black, revealing like Monster Hunter World-esque versions of the Doma Scooby Gang.
It looked like not Monster Hunter, but it was cool ass art where like each member of Mystery Incorporated had a different aspect of Scooby Doo. Like, Shaggy had his skeleton or something. Daphne had like his soul. I forgot what Fred had, but like Velma had the meat, which saying that out loud makes me very uncomfortable.
This is the girl who was on the wrecked ship.
Changing to a much lighter but still
Shades on the
semi-related
coast.
topic.
That poor ferryman used to tell me stories of the epic quarrels he had with his wife. He found
I
that
had
he loved
suggested
her,
a
though.
while back, and I'm
He
just going to
loved her
reiterate,
still.
if we could get a
Everyone
PlayStation
in
2
I'm
emulator
still
up and
working
running on this
Cerberus.
stream,
Must be pretty
maybe we
You're our
could
last
play
hopes.
Scooby Night of 100
Please
Frights.
keep trying.
Yes. Okay, so
Absolutely, please.
I can get an emulator. The problem is trying to get it. Like, I can have it run by itself, or I can like add it to RetroArch. But I'm not sure which one would be more effective. Actually, let me check to see if I still have like a download of a PS2 emulator.
Because, like, speaking from personal experience here, I have Scooby-Doo Night of 100 Frights. It was one of the first 2 video games I owned, and was the first one I ever played. I got it and SpongeBob SquarePants Revenge of the Flying Dutchman when I got my PlayStation 2, like, way back for a Christmas present. The Scooby game was the first one that my sisters and I played, and there's a reason we still go back to it. Beyond nostalgia. For what it's worth, Night of 100 Frights is one of the better Scooby-Doo console games out there. I don't think that's saying all that much, but still.
Huh. Thought I might still have a copy somewhere, but guess not.
Like, late this past winter, I did go through a playthrough of the game, start to finish, just to see if it still held up. I had a lot of fun.
Okay, so I don't have...
I don't recommend attempting to 100% complete the game, but getting through to the end of the story, like, that's fun.
Fair.
Yes?
When I was playing Murder 4 in VR chat, someone turned into an actual Mystery Machine avatar. I hopped in, seeing what would happen. That was one of the biggest mistakes of my life, because the second I hopped in, guess what I saw right beside me?
What?
You know that thing from The Last of Us?
Oh yeah, the clicker?
Yes. I looked beside me, and that thing was sitting right there. I almost screamed. Actually, speaking of screaming, I need to take you to the back rooms one day.
No.
will. By the way,
It's an
I was
instant
walking by
no.
your house earlier and I...
Thanks.
Oh, since the ferryman was missing work, I'll make sure they know to let you...
Gotcha.
Alright, so now that the ferryman problem has been taken care of, we can go. We can finally do that fucking side quest.
Continues to turn.
I also started downloading a PlayStation 2 emulator.
Oh, hell yeah.
So, here's a fun fact about the Commander class Optimus Prime, bringing it back around to that. On the back of his trailer, there is a spot for something to plug in that is not used in any of the toy's actual configurations. Not in the trailer mode, not in the base mode, not in the super mode. It's honestly kind of like, even with the way Optimus himself is designed, like, you know how he's got the Autobot badge on his chest in super mode?
Mm-hmm.
The piece with the Autobot badge actually he unpegs. It plugs in with a 5mm peg.
Interesting.
Between that and the way he combines with his super mode, like, it seems like they're hinting at a possible Armada Jetfire in the future.
That would be cool.
I'm desperately hoping we see that. I had the original Armada Optimus Prime back in the day, but I missed out on Jetfire. Instead of spending way too freaking much on the second market, or whatever you want to call it, basically hunting eBay for a new Jetfire, or not so new Jetfire, I'd rather just have a legacy one come out instead. Who knows? Maybe his pants mode won't be a brick. Because, like, people have been joking that Jetfire turns into a pair of battle pants for the Optimus Prime combination. Because Jetfire turns into, like, the waist and legs of the Jet Optimus combination. I did eventually get the Energon Jetfire, but it couldn't actually combine with the Armada Optimus Prime. Because the Power Links gimmick for Energon worked differently.
I worked it out.
Funny enough, it is still possible to combine Energon Jetfire and Energon Optimus Prime. There was a Toys R Us 2-pack of a smaller Voyager-sized Megatron and a smaller Optimus Prime that, instead of combining with the drones, had an alternate transformation so he could combine with deluxe class Autobots from the line.
Interesting.
I say deluxe class specifically because proportionally that's what would make the most sense, but you could combine him with the Voyagers too. Which is why I say, yes, you can technically combine an Energon Optimus Prime with Energon Jetfire. It just won't look good.
Okay.
Not just because of the different size of the components, but because that particular Optimus did not look good in either of his combined modes. Speaking of Energon, I've actually been seeing people saying they were hoping an Energon Rodimus Prime could come out in the Legacy line. If that happened, I would be right there in line for it because I had the Energon Rodimus growing up.
What did he turn into in Energon? I don't remember.
It was a truck. Longnose had this weird spoiler-looking segment on the back because that was part of his arms, which turned into thrusters for the truck mode.
Ah.
He had really wide shoulders, though, because the last four wheels of the truck mode actually split, and so you had two wheels on each shoulder that looked like a... Imagine this. You have two truck wheels on each shoulder that double as beam Gatling guns.
Ooh.
That was Rodimus' design. Actually, give me a second and I can show you, because I should be able to Google it.
Actually, speaking of Bear Chat, Bear, you like Iron Man, yeah?
Yeah.
A friend of mine on the VR chat gave me this avatar that you can slowly apply the pieces of the armor to the base Tony Stark.
Oh, that's awesome.
And you know the best part? It's
What?
PC and Quest.
Yeah!
You can even change the armor. Like you can go. Oh wait, you might want to deal with that first.
Yeah. Keep talking.
You can even change the armor. Like you got stealth, you got superior, you got a bunch of different versions of the armor.
Okay, when I'm done with this stream, I am getting on VR chat.
And I also got Sid Kagano from Eminence and Shadow.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's a fun little gimmick with this avatar. It's sadly PC only, but the reason it's PC only is because when you summon the sword and make it go away again, for a split second you can leave it in the air as it disappears. Like you can step away from it.
That's awesome.
Same with the twin crowbars you got. And you can also, how do I say it? Nice little term. You can set off the I am atomic move.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
It even got the clip from the anime and the voice length to boots. Like, the second you hear, I am atomic, it goes boom.
Okay, so I found the images, and in our Facebook chat, I'm about to send them.
Alright.
Firstly, the toy itself in robot and truck mode. This is the Japanese version of the toy. It's always been my headcanon that Rodimus should have been called Rodimus Prime, because in the Japanese dub, they called him Rodimus Convoy,
which is the Japanese equivalent of Prime.
Before they started actually using Prime around the movie era.
Right.
You know what you know if Hasbro ever does a Power Rangers and Transformers crossover, I want to see them do one where they like, I want to see him do them with the. If it's the Mighty Morphin, which we all know will be, because
Of
Mighty
course.
Morphin is the only Power Ranger team that actually means something.
According to Hasbro.
I want to see them meet the what's her name? Not the Jurassic Bots.
The Dinobots?
The Dinobots. I want to see them meet the Dinobots, and somehow mistake them for their Zords. Like, you got red, blue, pink, mistake the Dinobot versions for their Zords, and try to get in them.
Okay, so I just posted the Japanese toy shot for her robot and truck mode.
Okay.
It's in our Facebook Messenger private chat. Next up is a shot from the anime, one of the 2D shots which they use for the commercial bumpers.
Interesting.
And combined with the weird deluxe Optimus I mentioned prior.
Oh, that is weird. It looks cool, but it also looks kind of weird.
It's also incredibly unwieldy, according to the few reviews I've found of that toy. The Optimus, I mean. Its combined modes, they're like incredibly unwieldy. Like, imagine if Optimus were to turn into the legs. Well, he'd have entire halves of his torso hanging off either hip.
Ew.
Oh god.
Complete with arms.
Is this not but a pile of junk? It seems this treasure map was a ruse.
Like, that toy was
Now
not
what?
very well
His
designed.
wife isn't gonna.
All right, I found the treasure. Now I gotta go back to the wife.
Fair. Actually, sorry, Latias. One thing I will say about the Juga and Alteka thing, I didn't really like the subplot of what's his name? The guy from Drive. That was George met. The detective guy.
Oh, Gentoku?
Gentoku, yeah. I didn't like that one scene of I'll just type it in DMs just in case anyone listening actually wants to watch it.
Well, I warn people to mute until otherwise given the all clear.
Fair enough.
So here's a fun fact, since we've brought up Hasbro and Transformers before. Unless it's for the original 13 or for Optimus, Hasbro have actually demonstrated an allergy to naming other characters Prime.
Oh, there.
Somehow that doesn't really surprise
They
me.
don't want a repeat of Transformers Animated, where Prime was just a military rank that one could aspire to be. Because it, in their words, wasn't special enough.
Then, like, keep it as the title for the bearer of the Matrix.
They don't even want to give it that much, in all honesty.
It's
Optimus and Rodimus can be in the same room, but only Optimus will be called Prime.
That's fucking
We follow the map, but all we...
I see. In that case, can I ask you to sell my jade hair ornament and purchase something
One
shiny
part
with the
because
proceeds? Then we can give
they
it to
just
him
don't
and
want to
pretend
make
that you found
Rodimus
it.
Prime a thing, for the most
That's
part.
because it is.
Well,
I mean, yeah, they'll make a toy of him on occasion to keep the trademark.
Well, if that's
But,
what
like,
she
as
wants,
far as
that's
animation goes, if Rodimus Prime isn't some kind of antagonist or secondary character, he's just gonna stay Hot Rod. They barely tolerate Sentinel Prime being called a Prime.
And any appearance Sentinel makes, it's usually as a villain. Oh! Traveling Weeb is now following. Thank you for the follow. Truly.
I promise our streams are not nearly this chaotic most of the time.
Wait. Bear, what did you just say?
Traveling
Oh,
Weeb.
there. Getting on?
Oh.
Oh no, that's Traveling Web. I'm sorry. That's Web with 2 B's.
Hey, babe.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Sorry
your girl.
Before.
That's your girlfriend?
Yes.
Hello.
Yeah, again, I promise our streams don't normally get that chaotic in terms of conversation.
Well, I mean, if you want chaos,
And
I'm not gonna bring it back up.
Please no.
I love that I don't even have to say anything and you know what I'm talking about. I don't even know what I was like, cause there's multiple things I could have said. I didn't even choose anything to say, and you already knew what it was I was gonna say before even I knew what I was gonna
I
say.
didn't know what you were going for either. I was just scared of your tone.
they normally live in forests, yes. Deserts would seem to hold little sustenance for
That's
them.
fair.
Well, I can certainly guess what they've been
Like, I am aware of multiple chaos deities, 2 of which haunt me in regular day-to-day life. I don't need any more of that, thank you.
I mean, out of all the things I've said on stream today.
I sent it in DMs whenever you're ready to look at it.
Okay. But, hello, Traveling Web. Welcome to the stream. I am Vegas Bear 92.
I am Latios 1221.
And you already know
so
Taro.
you can just call me Latios.
Okay. Okay, this isn't really towards Latos, but Bear. You two already met, actually. Remember that one horror world in VR chat?
Oh! I didn't know you two were dating.
I guess
like-
it wasn't that obvious, dang.
To be fair, we were in a scary world.
That is true. That is true.
So, here's something I wanted to ask Taro.
Yes.
How exactly do you feel about MLP? Like, just a question.
Clarify that.
Just
My Little
My Little
Pony.
Pony Friendship is Magic. Nick, do you know of it? What do you feel about it?
Oh, I heard something different. I'm gonna be honest.
No.
I thought I heard Men in Black, and I was gonna be like, are we sure
No.
we're talking about the same thing here?
Here come the Men in Black. Galaxy Defenders.
Anyway, I mean, I haven't really watched it, but a classmate I knew a classmate I had a good few years ago watched it, and from their reaction to what I think was, oh God, what was the thing they called that one? Jack or Rainbow Dash, I can't remember. Either way, apparently one of them died, and she came into school crying.
None of the main characters died in the show, as far as I know.
I don't know what she was watching, but apparently one of them died, and
Here's hoping she wasn't talking about cupcakes.
Cupcakes?
It's a horror fanfic. It's set in the MLP universes. Don't.
It's one of those things where it's like every fandom has like a dark, really dark, like, well, not secret, but like thing that they don't like to talk
Let me
about.
put it this way. Even MLP fans who like the darker stuff cringe at the existence of cupcakes.
Like, MLP has cupcakes, Gravity Falls has Dipper Goes to Taco Bell. Don't look any of those up.
I really wasn't going to.
Good.
Silver Draco 20. What?
Who?
Someone new just joined the story stuff chat, and I'm like, who is that? And I realized it's not one of the chats I control. It's the one where the Pokemon chat is, so probably someone a friend of mine knows.
Oh, there.
So yeah,
Anyway,
Traveling Web.
Where I was going with that was oh, sorry. Continue, Bear.
I stream pretty much every weekday, Monday through Friday. There are numerous occasions where I don't stream, mostly because of personal reasons or what have you. I always make sure that, like, over on my Discord, people know when I'm not streaming. Saturdays, a friend of mine comes over and we stream. Right now we're streaming the Sly Cooper series. After that, we're thinking of doing a Night in the Woods, if I can convince a friend of mine to join in on that. Because she is a scaredy cat at even the smallest things. I'm pretty sure if you put like a trick mirror in front of her window, like, it'll scare the shit out of her.
Oh my God.
Oh, how wonderful. Now will you please promise?
I promise, honey.
Okay,
From now
so
on, it's nothing but
here's
good,
what I was
honest
getting
work
at.
for me.
Why I asked about the My Little
But
Pony
wait,
thing was
here.
that in the story shenanigans chat that
Think of it.
I recently invited you to.
Welcome.
There is a My Little Pony Transformers crossover I've been working on.
Blacksmith's.
It's not the first time they've crossed over. It's actually officially happened a couple of times. So I figure my fanfic can at least sort of exist in that sense.
Latios, ever since you talked about that, I keep getting videos on that on YouTube.
That is beyond weird. What the fuck?
I hate it when YouTube listens in on my conversations with people.
Yeah, like I'm talking. Wait, that was
What
a real
was the real
thing?
thing? The MLP Transformer crossover?
If so, then yes, absolutely. God, I hate those things.
Yeah, we've gotten 2 crossover events, one basically a sequel to the other. We were going to get a third one to round it out, but unfortunately IDW Publishing, I cannot speak today,
I'm sorry
lost
for
the
all
Transformers license like last year.
Has anyone picked it up yet?
As far as we know, no.
Alright.
Here.
It mentions...
Is it
sorry,
public
No,
domain?
this is great.
I mean, it's clearly not. Hasbro is still going to hold on to it, but like... Yeah, no.
Don't push yourself
We've
too
had
hard.
2 MLP Transformers crossover comics. One called Friendship in Disguise, and the other called The Magic of Cybertron. The first one had the Transformers going to Equestria. The second had Equestrians coming to Cybertron.
That sounds weirder than the Power Ranger Beetleborg crossover.
Oh my god, I forgot that was a thing.
I actually had that book, actually, like, growing up. It was technically my sister's, but I read it more than once.
Well, it became yours.
So, yeah. It turns out, at least as far as we've seen, Equestria's magic can and does affect Transformers, albeit in some unpredictable ways.
Okay.
The Decepticons tried to turn this into an alternate source of Energon to mix results.
Great, messing with magic. Like that would go wrong.
There is a comic that... Well, let me put it to you this way. Pinkie Pie apparently ran a cooking show in that particular comic. Or was substituting for whoever was actually running it. And had a Cybertronian guest star. I'm trying to remember the name. Aileron or something?
Say that again?
Aileron.
I feel like I should know how to pronounce that, but at the same time I'm drawing blanks.
Something to deal with aircraft. Anyways, the comic was titled, Wait, They Eat Ponies, Don't They? Because it turns out Shockwave was intending to turn the ponies themselves into the Energon source.
Oh, God.
Oh, lovely.
As
Murder.
dark as that got, they managed to balance it out with some decent humor, and Shockwave was ultimately thwarted.
What the hell's going on over there?
Like, you know how in the Matrix humans were effectively turned into organic batteries for the machine?
Yes.
Shockwave's intending to do that to the ponies.
Ugh.
Oh God, starting the Matrix up in, what was it again? Equestria?
Equestria. That's the name of the country. Their planet doesn't have a name.
Oh.
Ow.
At least as far as I know. weirdly enough, Eternia and Third Earth are both visible in Equestria's nighttime sky.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, thank you, comics, but we see a map of stars and constellations, and several that were named were Third Earth, Eternia, and a few others from, 80s pop culture. I forget which comic it was, though. If and when I find it, I'll show you. But yeah. Amongst other things, there was a two-part reason for why Cybertronians ended up on Equestria in the first place. Well, in Equestria. I'm using the name basically as an interchangeable country and planet thing.
Oh, hi, Sammy.
Hey.
Oh, hey!
I was taking a nap. I
So-
just realized the stream was going on.
Hi, hon.
Hi.
So, it was one part Queen Chrysalis casting a spell to bring other changelings and creatures like them to her, and one part space bridge malfunction.
I find it funny that she was trying to summon more creatures like her, and she technically succeeded.
Yeah, that's a funny thing with magic. Sometimes you get exactly what you wanted, but it just doesn't appear in the form you were expecting.
Yep.
So, Chrysalis and her loyal changelings teamed up with the Decepticons for a while in order for her to conquer the planet. That failed when the main six combined their magic with the Matrix of Leadership to create some kind of protection spell and force all the bad guys away.
Because magic.
Considering the Matrix of Leadership might as well be magic, it makes sense.
It's basically a magic box, but God forbid Hasbro pass it around to anyone worthy.
Yeah, I'm still bitter about that too. Or let the worthy actually prove that they are worthy.
It would appear this latest treasure.
Yeah, I'd say this.
Okay, I got a new weapon.
Like, let me put it to you this way. In Transformers Cyberverse, Hot Rod actually went through an arc leading a rebellion against the Quintesson occupation, which succeeded in repelling the Quintessons, and effectively grew into a leadership role, and never ascended into Rodimus Prime.
Huh.
You would have loved this, by the way. If you look for Transformers Cyberverse, look for Season 3.
Okay.
The first half is the Quintesson occupation, and it effectively is like if Lovecraft invaded Transformers.
I have a very purry cat on my bed. Also, my Nikita cosplay should be here by the 10th. If not, I'm getting refunded, and if it still shows up, then I get to keep it.
In the meantime, I might have to disappear soon because my phone is dying.
Oh no.
Mine's on charger. This is why I put it on a charger when I talk to people.
Mine is on the charger, and it's still dropping like 1% per second. So I've got like half a minute to go. Goodbye, everyone. I'll remember you all in therapy.
No.
Alright, see ya, hon. I wonder why his phone's dying that bad.
I don't know, but like I know like on my old phone, like sometimes I would have it on charge, but if I was still using it, it wouldn't charge. Like the battery would still go down.
Yeah, my Switch does that, but only when I'm online.
My Switch does that regardless.
Like, it will just make it charge slower. Speaking of Switch, mine's at 50. How is mine not charging? It's plugged in.
There, look at chat.
Dang, they really rolled out.
Sorry, Sammy, go on.
I was just saying that my, I have a cosplay that should be here. But it's not here yet. It should have been here yesterday, and they're going, well, if it shows up by the 10th, I don't get refunded. But if it doesn't show up by then, they refund me the 127, even though I still got the wig. They don't know I have that.
Nor do they need to.
I had
And it shows up afterwards. I get to keep it. Walmart and Wish kind of have this thing where if it doesn't show up a certain time, you get refunded. If it shows up afterwards, they're like, just keep it. You did pay for it. It's our fault. So yay! I'm just hoping it shows up at all. This is a character from Genshin Impact I really like and wanted to cosplay. She's the god of Archdendron god. I haven't gone that far in the story, but I've seen like clips and videos of her, and she's freaking adorable.
Have you, like, when he was out on the Try Me, in the Try Me and banner, did you try?
I tried. I got like the ninja girl. I only had enough wishes for the one group of 10.
You got Shinobu?
Everything in working order.
Yeah.
Lucky.
I was hoping for Nahida because she's my favorite, but no, I get the other girl, and I'm like, damn it.
Lucky.
Oh there.
I mean, yes, I got Shinobu on PS4, but I want.
That's what I'm playing is my PS4, and I don't really get to play that much because he's been busy with other stuff. And I don't try to pour any money into this game, so I'm trying to do everything just in-game.
Ah, you're like me.
So it's kind of hard to get wishes in-game if you don't shell out the money to get the pilgrims for it.
That is true. That is true.
And I'm only at like I'm still at Monostat. I'm still at the part with Venti in the story.
Oh.
'Cause I just started like.
I'm
a
gonna be
couple
real, I forgot
months
that
ago.
game even had a story.
Yeah. So right now my explorer's rank is like 18, so I'm now able to like ascend to people. I've only gone to ascend like 2 of them to get them to higher levels. So I can do that now. I do keep trying to keep the main character in my party because of the sense of the story, but other than that, I try to just put whoever's the highest level and useful whatever the hell I'm doing. But yeah, I wanted to cosplay Nahida. It was difficult to find a 3x cosplay of her. Everywhere it only went up to 2x.
The pains of like, I'm not trying to sound rude, but like, how tall are you?
Oh, huh?
How tall are you?
I'm like 5'5"? I don't know. But I weigh like almost 200 pounds, so it's my weight that's the problem. So I'm a 3x.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
The
Because
pain.
I'm not super. Yeah.
The pains.
Yeah, the pains of being a plus size cosplayer trying to find a cosplay in your size. So I always go. I can kind of squeeze in 2x. My Nezuko was a 2x and it fit, but 3x's allow more movement and me to actually be more in character without any restriction.
This is why I don't do normal costumes. I usually, like, I make my own.
Make your own. I don't have. I either do casual cosplay, which I just get the wig and get an outfit that generally looks like something the character would wear, or a particular version. Like I like doing goth version of characters sometimes, where I just do like black makeup and wear like punk clothes.
Luckily for me, all I had to make during Halloween, all I had to make was a mask. I legitimately just wore black clothes and a mask, trying to be Goro Kenshi.
Yeah.
Nice. I try to like get as accurate outfits as possible. I have the Nita wig, I have Elvira's already. If I don't get her, I might be Rachel Gardner from Angels of Death at the Dokkan.
Alright, well, I made some progress on this stream, and I think I'm going to end it here, because the next series of events are heart-wrenching. So,
And you don't feel like it right now.
I really don't feel like it right now. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you again to Traveling Web for the follow. I really do appreciate that. And I will see you guys. I still need to play this game. Okay. So, be warned. This game is nothing but pain and suffering. There. Alright. This has been Vegas Fair 92, and I will see you guys tomorrow for Amanda the Adventurer.
Oh boy, I want to be there for that.
Oh boy! This is gonna be a fun one!
I want to be there for that, please.
Traveling Web's like, oh no.
Yeah, because after I
have
left,
no idea what's happening.
Amanda the Adventurer is basically Dora the Explorer as a horror game.
So basically,
Oh my
Dora the
God.
Explorer. After I left that call yesterday, I was going straight to web, and I told him about it. I told him about
About Amanda the Adventurer?
Yes.
Well, y'all have something to look forward to tomorrow. Until then, I